out of school how important that frame was. And then some of those wild throws, if Ben would make throws like that you're just like, good God, how did you make that one into that window or place it there? But his ability to kind of shut off the tackle. I think the other thing is this. Very rarely when you watch the clip and go, you play too fast. They kind of talk to your fans like, it's clear what he's looking at, and he never feels hurried or overwhelmed or going too fast. It's very much under control.
So we were walking the defensive meetings when I was playing, and the quarterbacks we fear the most were the ones that saw it before it happened. And that's what's starting to happen with Jeff. Wow. And also, Dan, you talk about this. Putting the ball in harm's way doesn't scare him anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
It's aggression, no reckless.
Right, exactly. But I have a graphic, guys.
Oh, let's go.
And this is what's changed.
Come on now.
I mean, for the New England Patriots, you look at in the 5 wins, 7 takeaways, 1 turnover, 2 losses. And this is not Drake May. These are fumbles in the red zone.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh game. And that game was, they turned the ball over 4 times against Pittsburgh and only lost by 7.
Yeah.
So again, this is I brought that point because this is a really good football team. Not just Drake May. I know we've been talking about Drake May. It's a really good football team. This defense is very, very disciplined, which you expect with Mike Vrabel. And we've always given Josh McDaniel credit in the OC role. Yeah. He's been phenomenal in that position. So listen, man. The Patriots, it's not going to shock me if they win AFC.
Yeah. You know, it's another thing too that is really started to take hold is how much he's getting them in and out of place. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a vintage Josh McDaniels thing. You talk about the run game. You know, there's that simple.
How do you coach that? Like, what is Josh McDaniels doing?
Understand it so well, right?
You give him keys and tells. Hey, we're in this formation, this personnel grouping. That backside safety is going to tell you if we're going to the run or the pass, or that nickel is going to tell you if we want to get to the run or pass. If we want to run away from support, see the rotation. Like there's always one person on the defense that is the quarterback what they're doing.
They'll be tipping them. All right, time for one more thing before we go. And Marcus, we got a surprise for you. Surprise B&B. Check out 5'11", 317-pound freshman out of Utah. Tonight, Tuolonga in motion catches the screen. You're going to see this happen. He don't make a guy miss, because of course he does. And he runs over another before he puts. Oh, this is Jordan. Like the wheel. He's listening to tight end, by the way, on the Utah roster.
Because we all the running backs when we were there. We flow out of explosive positions, but we don't lose it. Like, we don't lose it. I think we can go.
I love that angle.
Look at 17. Just
my man's pants are about.
We both yes, probably, and he knew he was going to be running, so he needed it. We'll see you tomorrow.
This episode of Sports Center is presented by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea.
Welcome to Sports Center Happy Hour edition. Matt Berry, Christine Williamson, tipping things off, just like the NBA season, Matt. We'll get you ready with the Lakers and Kurt to make some predictions. And Joe Fortenbaugh gives us his best.
Did you know all the sports are playing right now? Every single one TikTok that I put that Marchand is back in Boston with the Panthers. How will he be received? And we'll talk Seahawks after their big win. First, the starting 5 of the 5 things you need to know. Begin with game 1 of the NBA opening night doubleheader. Kevin Durant makes his Rockets debut in Oklahoma City against his old team, and we'll have to watch the Thunder raise their championship banner. Houston traded for KD, signed to a 2-year, $90 million extension, hoping he's the missing piece to challenge the Thunder. Now, OKC is going to feature last year's MVP, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He made history last year, becoming one of 4 players to win the MVP, scoring title, and the championship the same year, joining Kareem in 71. MJ did it 4 times, and Shaq in 2000. SGA has the second shortest odds to repeat as MVP at plus 250.
The other opening night game has the Lakers hosting the Warriors. LeBron James will miss his first opener and his record 23rd season in the league. It's the Luka Doncic show for now in LA. They'll take on the Warriors. That squad is trying to make the most of Steph Curry's twilight. That's welcome in Lakers reporter Dave McMillan. Great to see you, Dave. Talk to us about what the team is anticipating ahead of their season opener.
Well, Christine, I was speaking to DeAndre Ayton, the Lakers' new starting center, at shoot-around this morning, and he used the term electrified, wired. He said he was tweaked for opening night. And think about the team and the opportunity they have on their plate right now. JJ Redick said yesterday, anytime you have a team with LeBron James on it and Luka Doncic on it, you have the type of opportunity to think about championship goals. Now, of course, LeBron James will not be in the starting lineup on opening night, the first time in his 23-year career that he's not going to be in uniform for the tip-off. Now, on October 9th, he was diagnosed with sciatica, which is really a pinched nerve in the lower back area. It's emanating pain down his right leg. That was 12 days ago. He was said to be reevaluated in 3 to 4 weeks. So we're looking at least another 2 weeks before he's reevaluated and most likely not see him on the court until mid-November. So this start to the season would be very important for the Lakers to get off to a good place in the crowded Western Conference standings without their superstar in LeBron James.
Which is what Luka's there. He went on an off-season program and lost some weight. Should be good. But Benjamin, remember, today is the most rested and refreshed you will look all season long. Enjoy it. Lakers' fifth best odds in the time recording at ESPN back at plus 1500. Number 2 on our starting 5, Marshy. Brad Marchand returned to Boston the first time since his trade to the Panthers last season. He comes back triumphant. Stanley Cup winner with a new contract. The former Boston captain played over 1,000 games with that B on his chest. Fifth at all-time points. Our NFL reporter, Ellie Kaplan, is in Boston. She was outside before. She's inside now ahead of Marchand's return. What should he expect tonight, TV Run?
Well, first off, how cool is this? Tonight marks 16 years to the day that Brad Marchand made his NHL debut, and it was right here on this ice. Now, this entire trip has been really emotional for Brad Marchand. I mean, he's coming back to a place where he's so beloved. He feels like in his career, he's been part of really cool moments, but didn't fully appreciate it until after it happened. So he's trying to soak it all in. And he says his favorite part of Boston always was the fans. He says they're so unique. Whether you're playing well or you're not playing well, they let you know. He used to go to his favorite coffee shop every day, and sometimes there'd be a message on his cup, tough game last night. And so tonight, as to what to expect, I mean, you're going to see him in the starting lineup. There's going to be a video tribute. But how are the fans going to react to him? His former teammate, Bruins defenseman Charlie McAvoy, told me, I'm expecting a very big standing ovation. He's one of the best Bruins to ever do it. And then after that, I'm expecting him to get food.
You mentioned that. He holds the Bruins record for the most playoff goals and most overtime goals in team history. So they'll certainly be excited to see him, but also not excited. And we say, Warren, thank you.
Oh, it's coffee cup notes. That was actually pretty nice. Third thing you need to know, Blue Jays back to the World Series. First time since 93, thanks to George Springer. This three-run homer in the 7th inning rallied Toronto to a 4-3 win. In a game, the Mariners held the lead until the Springer dinger. Here's how it sounded on Blue Jays radio.
1-0 pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Left field indeed. Alonso turns. Good! A Springer dinger!
He's a Springer. A ver, esta pesa la atención, Sagos. And a pesa Bautista. Siski. George Springer.
Kind of surreal when you're witnessing a historic swing for the organization.
It was a historic swing for the organization. That place was on fire last night after the home run. Toronto may be fixed the juggernaut that is the Dodgers in this year's Fall Classic. ESPN Bet Sportsbook has the reigning champions -150 to take game 1, -210 to go back to that title, something no team has done, by the way, since the Yankees from 98 to 2000.
Number 4 in the starting 5 takes us to another in the sport football, where the Lions made easy work of the Bucs, 24-9. Baker Mayfield came in as an MVP darling, but looked like a plain Jane as the Lions held him in check despite missing all of their starters in the secondary. Van Campbell afterwards very complimentary of his defense.
Mark Watson allowed 4-16 on third down, 1 interception, 1 fumble, recovered 252 yards allowed. That's outstanding. But listen, we did what we had to do. There's things we got to clean up. And I tell you what, defense, you play like that, you win. That's the bottom line.
And the 15-75, Seattle surviving Houston, 27-19. Jackson Smith and Jigba had his league-high fifth 100-yard receiving game, and after his 11-yard touchdown in the first quarter, dumped the ball on the goalpost. He drew a penalty, but got his teams and the fans obviously very fired up after that one, and we're fired up to have NFL Insider Dan running out of us. Now, so week 7 is in the books. What is the biggest storyline that we should be paying attention to heading into week 8?
Right now, the Jets quarterback situation seems to be coming to a head. Aaron Glenn, their head coach, bench struggling starter Justin Fields in the second half of Sunday's loss to Carolina for backup Tyrod Taylor. Then he said on Monday he'd evaluate who the starter would be in week 8. So he won't make an announcement on that until tomorrow. But team owner Woody Johnson seems to have some idea where this should be headed.
It's hard when you have a quarterback with a rating that he got. He had stability, but something just is not China. If you just complete a pass, it would look good. You got to complete some pass. You got to convince them that you can do something. Otherwise, it's hard to have a game that you can win.
So yeah, that's where the owner stands on it, and sounds like they're leaning towards making a change. Again, we'll know tomorrow. Woody Johnson and the Jets guaranteed Justin Fields $30 million this offseason and fully intended to give him the whole year to show if he could be their starting quarterback moving forward. But it has not come together. 23rd in completion percentage, 31st in QBR. Only rookie Cam Ward in Tennessee has been sacked more. If they make a change, it will be because they want to get a better look at the rest of the roster and give other guys a chance to show what they can do.
That's why Woody Johnson's so grizzled. He had to cut the check for $30 million to bring in a quarterback during the quarterback sweepstakes that so far hasn't yielded any victories. Dan Graziano owes a victory here on SportsCenter. Coming up, more NFL ahead is the Lions Circus D and Detroit is stunned. Steve A. was kind of Rich Eisen weigh in on the Monday night victory over the Bucs. Plus, you can't have the NBA season start without some big Bucs predictions. Maybe the MVP of the league and the MVP title can be Perkins. Joins the happy hour edition coming up next.
Sports Center, presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Please drink responsibly.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the headquarters of human resistance.
It's a lovely home.
We have 4 days to save our planet.
I'm not an alien.
In select theaters this Friday and theaters everywhere October 31st. All customers choose your own reward every day. Fair. Play your game.
I just wanted to help people by sharing dad advice on TikTok. I'm not a dad to just my own kids, but to the millions of people that just need to hear, you got this.
Everyone shows up uninvited. It's never empty. You see, it's nearly as smooth as our whiskey. Must be a Jameson.
Make this Christmas the year you go all in on joy. At Balsam Hill, celebrate with one of our beautifully crafted lifelike trees. For a limited time anniversary sale, save up to 50% off and start making memories at balsamhill.com.
Well,
Dan, you want to set this on the table?
The kitchen of your dreams.
I think I'm ready to move in.
And now, at a price you didn't dream possible. IKEA, dream possibilities.
I'm being told this is Reno Unit from Liberty Mutual, who helps save you hundreds by customizing your car insurance. And it's quite the goat is the gentleman. I've been the security guard.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out.
experts trust Stable to do that, and third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter what you use it. In season or out, at every fill-up, or when you store, start with Stable.
Who didn't refill the M&Ms? No, you don't.
M&M's, the more fun together.
That's crazy.
Marchand returns to Boston. Panthers brewing at 7:30 tonight on ESPN.